And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your
We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans.
Yo, yo, yo. It's Friday.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Greg's muted, I think. Greg, are you muted?
Word up. Yes, I was.
I saw a mouse moving and no audio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Typical G-Rag over here.
Man.
Freaking.
Well, fucking happy Friday, guys.
Indeed. Happy Friday indeed.
Happy Friday. Week went by quick.
It did
Yeah?
go quick.
Did go by quick. Had a good storm today. I was telling Greg about it before. It was nice. Been hot as hell. Got a lot of rain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Moisturized us a little bit.
Oh,
And your wife called you old.
She called me old because I said, I'm glad we got rain for the grass. And she said, what's wrong with you? Like, I look at it as a positive, man. It's been very dry. So a little moisture in the yard. You know what I'm saying? We got that new grass and it's dried out a lot because it's new. So it was already, you know.
I started raking
Oh,
all the years of leaves out of our yard,
years, Yeah.
and I started doing that, and it's mostly dirt
Yep.
underneath there. So I need to lay down some seed.
Some seed.
Dang,
you're good,
dude,
you're
just
good at
go
laying the
jizz.
seed. Yeah, man. You know, just
Your wife's like, what are you doing? I got it. Put more seed down.
planting grass.
Grass is patchy over here.
you got a bunch of Chris heads popping up out of the dirt, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bunch of crackers.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh fuck, man! It's like
Oh, I did find something out.
They're like,
the other
don't
day,
mow me, Dad.
and so you know the guy that's doing all the work behind my house that I
yeah.
told you guys about?
Yeah.
Oh,
damn.
hold on.
That's quick.
Hold that
quick
thought.
work right there.
Hold that thought.
Hello.
Hey, yo, what's up?
What?
Hey. Is this
Yo.
Peaches on several edibles?
It is peaches, but I'm not on edibles, though.
I
Okay.
almost,
Well, dang,
I
was
almost
hoping.
respond to you with a what's up?
Yeah, that was
I
the,
know.
that was the most
What's
chill. What's up, guys?
Hey,
I've ever heard in my life.
guys, what's up?
Jeez. What are you up to?
Oh, nothing, just chilling. I made a new necklace yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it in this. Excuse my French.
No, I have not.
Instagram.
I'm going to
I
look
just
right now.
posted it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
how long did this one take you?
Not that long because I drew it first, so it was easy to make once I actually designed the concept. I drew it on my iPad,
Okay,
an Apple Pencil.
so
It was pretty
just-
quick to put together.
you just draw it
Been a
based
while
off
since
of.
we've been on this.
You just draw it based off of like the materials that you
that's-
have.
Ooh.
I like that. It looks like a
Oh,
guitar
damn.
pick.
It looks like
Hey.
some kind of necklace that would be in space, but also had like magical powers.
It's like a pharaoh, bro. You know what I mean? I like that.
Ooh.
That's really nice. That is like
That
thick.
is
Thank
nice.
So what is the stone there that's going around or is that
The blue stone, that is called a labradorite. It's known for having that iridescent kind of flash.
okay?
Is that what was in the
That's
alien
one.
body?
Might be, bro.
That's cool looking.
No.
Let me see if I can pull it up here.
So you have the
Wait, so there's another stone there. What's the gold one?
The gold one, that's actually a made from resin. That was
Okay.
made in Italy.
Oh.
It's like a vintage bead, and I just glued that and the blue stone onto the silver pendant that looks like a guitar pick.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
originally it doesn't come with those two stones. I glued the stones to that.
And
Okay.
and you have the so there's like a circular stone. Is that some metal too? It looks like some little spacers there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Those are like little cutout designs. That was originally in the pendant.
That's
And,
cool.
yeah.
You know, I like
Yeah,
that piece. I like
Oh,
your
thank
stuff.
you.
So
man.
have you
mom
started
said-
selling this yet?
Yeah, you got a shop?
No, I just do it as a hobby. I'm kind of insecure when it comes to some of my stuff because it's like, man, especially when you look at people that do this professionally.
Well, so hold up.
I've had people
How-
that told me they're like,
How
"Oh, this
much
is
does
really
this
good."
actually, like this necklace right here, how much did it cost for you to make this?
I have no idea because the materials. I think the most expensive thing was probably that blue stone, that large blue stone in the center. Even that wasn't a lot of money. but I have no idea. I would have to figure out how much it would cost. But if you were to go on like Pinterest and like search statement necklaces, which is what kind of necklace this is, those usually go for like $100 more.
I was gonna say,
depending on
you could probably get
Yeah,
away
but-
like 120, 125 bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually about how much they cost, depending on the materials. Like if they have a lot of gemstones and stuff, high quality gemstones, yeah, a couple $100 and stuff. Just depends on the materials that are used in it.
So how many do you have in your collection now, if you don't mind me asking? 'Cause if you're just making them, you're not selling them. You know, you're going to end up like me with a whole room of something. You know what I'm saying? Like I got
Yeah.
so you just
that's
got a
what my
room
sister
of
was telling
necklaces.
me. I got quite a bit of them. Like I have some in a container under my bed. I need to pull them out, and I just like to make them for myself. I have made some for my female family members. Like I've made a few for my mom. I made a few custom pieces for her because she likes really long necklaces. I've made 2 of them that are have tassels on them. The first one, I bought the tassel, but the second one I actually made the tassel myself. I was like, once I looked at it, I was like, I can make this myself. It was time consuming, but it was worth it though.
So did you make the piece that the stone is sitting on too, or did you just find that and put it together?
Oh, the stone. I bought that. That actually
No,
came
not
from
the
a
stone
seller.
itself. The what is
metal,
that? The
like
metal,
the
like the
guitar
backing
pick.
that it's sitting on.
Oh no, I didn't make that. I bought that from Turkey, and
shit.
but it didn't come with those 2 stones on it. I glued both of those on there.
So yeah, that's I don't know, man.
That's impressive.
I would be,
I'm telling you, you got to start selling this crap.
you could make some.
You got to do it.
Well, you just called it crap, Greg. That's not very nice. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I'm just
one man's crap's another man's treasure.
It's beautiful.
It's true.
I don't know why you.
Thank
I mean, I don't know why you don't. I honestly like everything that I've seen, and I know the guys would agree. I thought was awesome stuff, and I can't imagine you, especially if you're wearing them around, that people aren't complimenting on you these like all the time. Like, man, where'd you get that necklace? You know, it's like
Exactly.
this ain't Ross, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is homemade. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I have gotten several compliments on it. My mom said this particular piece, I don't know, maybe I get your input on it. She said that the larger necklace looks kind of masculine, but she said it's still beautiful though.
Well, I mean, listen, masculine a little bit, but to me, it's not really masculine more than it's like
Yeah.
power. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I kind of thought like the whole pharaoh vibe, you know what I'm saying? Cause like they wore,
Mhm.
I've seen necklaces that are like whiter and thicker and stuff. And it's like, it just is kind of like a symbol of power, you know, like, yeah, I can carry this weight. You know what I'm saying? Like this is, yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like Mr. T with the huge necklace.
My
man. You
neck
just-
can handle this weight.
Yeah, man, it's unnecessary, but I'll tell you, it made him look tough. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that huge chain, you know, and it's like, I ain't messing with Mr. T, you know?
It's true.
And his traps were
It's true.
huge.
Yeah.
So
And
it made it look like,
That's
dude.
Yeah, that's exactly
huge
what
straps.
he won all his fights because of that necklace.
I would think so. And the van. He had a
Yeah.
cool van
And
too,
the
which
van.
you know, the van was a lot of people were just like, hey man, you got too cool of a van, I ain't messing with you. But no, I don't think it's masculine. I mean, maybe just because it's thicker, but I honestly I think with the like right outfit, this is a gold mine right here. This is amazing. You do good work.
Yeah.
Serious. I really like
Thank
your
you.
work. I think it's really cool. I wish you would sell it for you because I think it'd be cool for you to see other people wearing your stuff. you know?
Exactly.
If you did have
And-
like a jewelry company, what would you call it, Peaches?
Ooh.
Oh, good question.
I have no idea. I was thinking something like perfectly imperfect. Then I was like,
Okay.
no, it's too generic. I don't know. That's my sister asked me the same question a while back, and then she also asked me, have I thought about naming my piece? I was like,
Ooh,
I
yeah.
haven't gotten that creative yet.
You
I
could
think
call it.
There's, yeah.
You could call it like just peachy.
Ooh. Or like the creamy collection. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah. You should like honestly. What's cool with like you know collections, what they call them, like with jewelry and other such things,
Yeah.
is like you could have a whole line of a certain style and then go to a different style and make it.
Oh
whole.
yeah,
I think it would look
Exactly.
really cool. Yeah, I think it would be awesome, especially if you had like a necklace or not. This is a necklace, but like a bracelet, earrings, and stuff that would go with this really well.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's more
yeah.
money.
You can make your own like gauges and like hair stuff and all kinds
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah,
Got to do it.
you got to do it. You got to do it. Etsy.
Okay.
Etsy.
Well, I do have a question for y'all though.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
hear it. Let's hear it.
So this is actually a music question because I was like, what can I ask the guys tonight? Well, actually, it's not. It can be music or an actor, whichever. But can you think of someone that whose movies you still watch or music you still listen to that did something really controversial, you know, or might have violated the law or something?
Oh, like a
And I
Kevin
can start.
Spacey type of thing.
Mm.
I can start.
Yeah, let's
For
hear
me, it's occasionally I still listen to R. Kelly. I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, the guy's scum. For
My
what he did. I hope
mind's
he
telling
rots-
me no.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
hope
I just
he
want
rots
you to
in
pee
prison,
on me.
But,
In the closet. Sorry.
But
I don't want.
yeah, the guy's a scumbag for what he did. But I can't deny the fact that he was a talented musician.
He was
Like,
talented.
He's written songs, for other artists such as Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
Destiny's Child.
Mm.
And,
Dude,
and
I
he wrote
got a
lots of
I got a
songs
unique
too.
one there.
Yeah.
Who is it? Greg?
Dave, you might agree here.
Okay.
Lost Prophets.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lost Prophets diddled a kid,
Oh, dude.
but the fucking band is
It
awesome.
wasn't just Dylan and a kid.
No,
he like manipulated a family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, he was that guy. I
He
forgot. I thought it was him.
he actually got the mother involved. with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, to
it was
sell the child.
one of the worst cases I've ever seen with a musician. And yes, you're right. The music was awesome at the time. It
Yeah.
still is good. I mean, I'd be lying to say it's not still.
Yep.
It's not still good.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one, Greg. I don't know if
That
I would
is
have
a
thought
good
that
one.
until later, but man, like the Me Too movement, I just feel like there's so many people and it's like hard to. I mean, is it real? You know what I'm saying?
Like Danny Masterson recently, right?
Yeah.
Kevin
Yeah,
Spacey.
they found him guilty. Yeah.
I mean,
Mel Gibson.
Oh, with the Jew comment that he made?
yeah, I mean,
He's been ousted from Hollywood, so I dig him.
Yeah, I really like Mel Gibson. Jeez, man. I mean, I would say probably like Marilyn Manson. I mean, I still listen to Manson
Marilyn
a lot,
Manson.
and he's gone through quite a ringer, mostly on his own. But yeah, I mean, he's a guy that I think has done a lot of controversial shit and still does to this day. And some allegations came through, and I still like that was one of my first concerts, and I never will not like his music personally. So probably Manson. Shit, man. I don't know. Like even old Bill Cosby's still fucking a gem. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Bill Cosby's stuff back in the day. You know, and
Yeah.
there's a lot, man. It's the past 4 years has been crazy for musicians. We just did a reaction video to Till Lindemann,
Oh yeah.
who's a singer of Rammstein. Love Rammstein, and he is going through a shitstorm
Very
of accusations.
gory.
Well, accusations, sexual assault allegations.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh
yeah. Right.
I'm just,
Who'd have thunk it?
and I'm like,
I wouldn't picture him sexually assaulting anything.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I just, I don't know how I feel about any of that stuff. I mean, I want to see it figured out, but I'm still going to listen to him. I still love that band. I mean, that is an incredibly talented band and crazy, like absolutely crazy band. So, yeah. Lost Prophets. Though. That's a
I mean,
good one,
and then maybe Dave, your wife, like Taylor Swift being a Satanist and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
I
she
tried-
just got that.
I really try. I'm listening to Ghost, and then I'm like, Taylor Swift's the devil. Like, and she's like, really?
Green Day's super fucking liberal and against everything, I believe.
Yeah.
But I still listen to their music.
Rise Against.
Rise Against.
Rise
as well.
Against, yeah,
Yeah.
they're another one. I was like, we actually left their concert because they were just
We
like,
did.
and I still listen to them every once in a while too.
Yeah, but I think when you were talking more about like maybe crazy allegations or sexual, like, I would say the biggest one, obviously, to me is who you were talking about, Kevin Spacey. I think is actor wise, he is.
Amazing.
I mean, he's an amazing talent and absolutely crazy human being.
Aerosmith's another one. Steven Tyler with the accusations there.
Yeah,
Mm.
Really?
I don't know if
I've
that
never
ever
heard
kind of
anything
went.
about him.
Yeah, he had the same kind of thing, like sexual allegations and stuff.
dude, Red Hot Chili Peppers, bro. I'm not a huge fan of them.
Yes, there you
but
go.
he had that shit where he was having sex with a 14-year-old and then found out she was 14 and had sex with her one more time before he dropped her off with her sheriff dad. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Grief.
Like, what is going? Like,
Dang.
people are just, it's wild, man. It's wild. It's wild.
What's his name from Hyde from that 70s show?
Yeah, we were just talking about
Masterson.
him.
Oh, Masterson, yeah.
Danny Masterson.
Yeah. I still like that 70s show.
It's a great
I've
series.
never watched it. So
It's good. I mean, it's a good one. I loved it. Me and my wife watched it a couple of times, and it's just a great. But they were
Well,
talking about
now-
Mila Kunis, and she was 14,
Exactly.
and she
dude,
was
those clips that came
making out with fucking what's his face, and she's like,
Ashton
it was,
Kutcher?
yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, it was weird because I was only 14, I never kissed a guy, and he was 18 or 19.
And they made a
And-
bet for
And
French
Masterson
kissing.
made a bet that like he would stick her tongue down her throat, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
different times, man. It's just a very
Yeah.
like weird, and they were fine with it. Everybody's fine with it. Holly was, no, it's fine. It's no big
Well,
deal.
but that brings up the question, like, if this whole like Q stuff does come to fruition and there is this gigantic Epstein list, you know what I mean? Like, how are we going to feel about Hollywood then? You know, there's going to be a lot of
I've
examples.
hated Hollywood for years. So I ain't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, talent's everywhere. We'll just find new talent.
I mean, there's good human beings that are talented, lots of good ones. And unfortunately, they don't get the recognition sometimes. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that shit sells. Manson.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. I heard that. Mila Kunis lied about her age when she auditioned for that show.
Might have been the case. Yeah, that's a good question, though, Peaches.
I did hear that.
Yeah, that's there's so many that, like, I guarantee we do this every time. After the show's over, we're like, oh, what about so and so and so and so, and like we're just like, oh man, you start remembering all the
exactly
the lost souls. You know what I'm saying? So I like that though.
Yay.
Well, Peaches, I appreciate the question. I know everybody does, and keep up with that jewelry. That jewelry is beautiful.
Do it. You got to do it, Peaches.
Yep, sell it. You got to sell some.
All right. Well, y'all have a great weekend.
All right, you take care.
Later.
All right. Have a good night.
Okay. Bye bye.
That's I want to say something real quick. I don't know if we're gonna get called soon, but that actually brings up something that me and Chris were talking about, especially with the Rammstein stuff, going down. When you have an artist like Rammstein, right, which we know the guy is a crazy dude, man. Like he's just a radical dude.
The lead singer.
Yeah. So what was supposedly happening is he was like they were picking women out and putting them in the front row in the certain section, and those particular women would go backstage and do stuff with him. That was the allegation. Well, we'll take this call. It's Flex here. Flexy Flex.
What's up, Flex?
Straight from the trailer.
Hey guys.
Hello, brother. Yeah,
I'm
brother.
calling from
Trailer Park Flex.
I'm calling from an Airstream.
I know.
Airstream Flex.
I was actually. I think you sound more masculine for some reason right now.
Yeah,
like,
your balls have descended.
Yeah,
less
like,
liberal shit in Toronto.
It's just like I'm in the Airstream now. I'm a fucking Canadian. Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah,
man.
Chopping wood.
Yeah,
chopping
dude.
wood and shit.
Yeah, I have to dump my own shit in a fucking bucket. You know what I mean? It's great. It's good
That's
stuff.
it, man. That's it. Bucket. I just got out in the woods.
Oh, okay, yeah, whatever you got to do, whatever.
Sometimes
it's not a good thing. I actually don't like that.
So, Flex, what's the update here? You actually bought your thing, and now did you sell your house?
You're staying at Texas.
No. I wish. So my friend Dexter is in Texas till next week, building out that. Well, they've already got all the furniture. He's doing all the technical work for their podcast studio. So he's setting up the cameras, the lights, the microphones. And he didn't want, like, Ruby to be with some random people or a dog daycare. So I came back out here to look after the dog while my house is being worked on. So right now I'm getting new kitchen floors put in, the laundry room's being redone, some painting. And because of my OCD, I don't want to be there. So it's just, I got some editing to do here, which I haven't even started because literally I'm like, I get up in the morning. Like, first of all, I share the bed with the dog, and she takes up the whole bed, so I'm not used to that. I get up, I walk her for 45 minutes around the trailer park or the campground, and then I drive in 10 minutes down to the lake. I think, Dave, you commented on the video of that where I was taking
it looked beautiful.
And, it's gorgeous, guys, here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Which I knew. Yeah. It is. It really is. And everybody says hi to you. Like, I'm not kidding you. I'm walking along the path there, and I got the mountains just over the other side of the lake, mountains behind me, the lake. Everyone's like, good morning, good morning. Everyone's just, different vibe. And I'm enjoying it a lot. And I'm just kind of like, I'm hoping to get my house will be listed probably the second week of October. So our Thanksgiving is the first week of October. Remember, ours is fucked, and ours is a little earlier. So they wanted, the stager was being a little pushy, and I'm like, I'm not back home to the 25th, and you want to stage the house the 28th, and my house is not ready yet. So I have to order a pod, like those shipping containers.
Oh yeah.
And put everything in there just so they can stage it. I mean, that's a big thing here in Toronto is they stage your home, and I have nice furniture, but they want it like not so manly and furniture.
Dude, I've seen so many listings here where it's like they didn't even clean the house.
Yeah.
Like these are like there are people that are like hoarders, and they're just like, fucking take the picture.
It is what it is. I feel like it makes perfect sense, Flex. It makes perfect sense because Canadians don't have any imagination, so they can't just go. They can't go into an open space, and they can't just be like, "Oh, I can picture our couch here." They need I need reference, or I can't purchase this home right now. This is too much.
I would agree with you because when I'm looking at properties out here in BC, the houses aren't staged.
Yeah.
Because a lot of older people selling their homes, and I'm like trying to picture from the photos. I'm like, you didn't even clean your house. And then when you do see a nice staged photo, you'll spend more time on that page looking at stuff.
That's true.
You do. So my plan my plan is to have the house up by the week of October 14th or 12th of October. And, if it will sell, it depends on, the market's always very good in the area that I'm at. And I have a specific number in mind. And even if I don't get the number I want to get, I'll still sell because I just can't afford to keep my shit. Yeah. And I'm just at the limit with everything. And I'm mentally checked out. I really am.
Yeah.
I hear you,
which
man.
is not a bad thing.
It's part of the process, unfortunately.
It is. So the first process was get the house prepared. Step 2 is listed. Step 3, when it sells. Step 4 is get the pod and move all my furniture out here. So in the campground, they have a storage area, and the guy's going to get me a 40-foot shipping container so Dex could ship, so I can put all my furniture out of the pod into that. Mm-hmm. Even though the the fifth wheel that I want is fully furnished, I still have all this nice furniture. So if and when I buy a property, not to live in, I'd like to buy something and rent it out and make passive income, and I would buy it outright.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to buy something between $400,000 to $600,000, which in Toronto you would live in a shoebox for that.
Jeez.
And figure all that out. And then do I go there during the winter, because you have to winterize the fifth wheel, and their winter here is only like 4 to 6 weeks long. It's not as bad, but as Chris would know, or may not know, or does know, you have to winterize, put a skirt around the fifth wheel, get it all set up. I don't know if I want to do that in the winter, so I may come out here and Airbnb it. I may stay in Toronto and just find a place to crash. Because
you never
if I
did
got
that
a
shit, did you?
Well, I never did the skirt because I was never in any place that got like super cold. For a long period of time. But up there, it's gonna get cold in the wintertime. So
you got to put a skirt on.
And last winter.
Well, the skirt's primarily to protect your plumbing shit.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
The piping.
Yeah, exactly. And last winter, they got the most snow they've had in a while. It came down November 8th, and it stayed till April.
But global warming.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Canada.
So that's the plan.
I hope those things can float in floods. Floods coming.
Yeah. The Great Flood, the Canadian Flood.
The Great Canadian Flood.
Yeah, dude.
Great Canadian Flood.
GCF, baby.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows, right, with all this crap. So I'm just, staying positive, because in the next 90 to 100 days, my life will change drastically.
Yep.
I just got to, I suffered from severe adrenal fatigue back in the day. So I'm just trying not to be all hyped up about stuff and worried about stuff. So when I called the agent and I said, listen, I'm back on the 25th. There's no way I'm trying to get this done by the 28th. I said, I know the stager wants it done, but he's like, bro, your house will sell.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Let's do it right. And I said, oh, thank God. Because that's all I was thinking about was doing all that. So I'm super excited. I'm in a routine. I get up every day, walk the dog, go down, do my walk, go to the breakfast place. I joined the gym. I haven't gone yet. I was going to go today, but my back was a little sore sharing the bed with a 90-pound dog. And yes. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys in on something which I don't think you guys picked up on.
Uh-oh.
We did a little inside joke on you guys.
Oh.
And I don't think you guys picked up on it. And I asked people in the comments tonight, should we tell them? And they're like, yeah, whatever.
When was the joke?
This was the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
The last 2 weeks.
It went over a period of 2 weeks?
Man.
Yes.
I don't know how Danielson didn't spill the beans, to be honest with you.
He almost did. He almost did the first night. And I was like messaging, actually Whiskey Shaman he did give it away the first day. And we all got on his ass, poor guy, on television.
That's why he hasn't called.
Okay. Either
And I said, yeah. So what we were on, excuse my French, and we were, Nicole's middle name is Jackson. And I said, Nicole, you should change your name to Sorry Miss Jackson in the chat. So we went and changed all our names, and we made double accounts, and we were arguing with each other. So I was Bless This Mess, fighting with Flex Marks. Danielson was Breaking Bad. Normal is Whitney. She can't change her name back yet. Lauren was Getting Mittens. AJ was Ja Rule. Javi was something. Javi was my I call and I'm spam, but it was in Spanish. Vladimir Putin was Sarah.
Okay.
And
that
we
makes
would
sense.
go
Sarah's totally a Putin.
Pick up on it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Sarah's totally
but that makes sense because we noticed that our numbers just doubled. And so we're like, oh, so like there used to be 16 people joining live. Now there's 32. What's going on here?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were arguing with each other.
Well,
you know, so I was arguing with myself. I'd switch accounts and go, I trust in Fauci, and I think this next variant is going to be dangerous, and and stuff like that. And then actually, RJ got in there and started arguing with Bangelson's second account, and Bangelson had to message him and go, "No, this is me. Let's figure it out." But we were kind of like, "Let's see if the guys pick up on this."
No.
And you didn't.
All I'm going to say is if you're going to do this shit, how about you get 50 counts apiece and let's get these numbers up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's fucking.
There we go.
Let's, you get 300 people
on accounts, get Lauren
that
going.
That was it. But you guys actually were getting more people because I think it did something to the algorithm. So not everybody had 2 accounts. I think Danielson had 2 and I had 2. And Chris actually called out, I think it was Rob Stanson, which was Bob Hansen. So Bob changed it to Rob Stanson. So Chris said,
Bob
Rob
Hansen,
Stanson, and you read
Rob
the comments.
Stanson.
I honestly think
we were like, oh my God, he almost picked it up.
I think I saw that and I just thought it was Bob Hansen. Like my lack of reading quickly, I was like, oh, Bob Hansen's here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because we were like, we wanted you guys to read the comments. Well, I know you're busy and we love the shows. Like we love how everything is just feeling a little different lately.
Yeah.
But we missed the fact that sometimes you don't read the comments because you guys get into it. So I said, let's change our names and see if they pick up on it.
Not at all.
Well, I noticed a bunch of new names, but I didn't put like there's no. How would I have known?
Yeah.
That it was one of you guys. There's no.
Well,
way.
that was kind of the idea where you would have seen. And then we were like, if they figure out that we're up to something, we'll be like, then they have to guess who's who. So.
Dude, I can't wait to mindfuck you guys. We're going to AI at your asses. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have our wives in here and they're going to have our faces and shit. And you're going to, what the fuck is going on? Like they got real feminine overnight.
We thought Greg picked up on it. We thought Greg was Vladimir Putin. So we kept looking to see if Greg is typing and we found out that Vladimir Putin is Sarah. So no, we kind of were like,
damn.
Yeah, Sarah seems like she'd be a Russian dictator.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
That mole, she's that mole, dude. You know what I'm saying? These Americans are dangerous.
I still have 2 accounts. So bless this mess is me, and I was kind of fighting with myself. And Bangelson almost gave it away because as bless this mess, I said, listen, I've had 4 shots. I don't mind. A 5th shot, and then Bangelson comes in as Breaking Bad, and he goes, well, I've had 6 shots, and I trust the government. I said, bro, like, you're going to give it away. Like, if I say 4, you don't need to say 6. So he kind of pulled back.
Yeah, but, I mean, when people say that stuff in the chat, we always just assume that they're kind of, like, kidding.
Trolls.
Like, that's my first, exactly. Like, that's my first assumption is that somebody's kidding.
I like Miss Cupcake says, we think we are hilarious.
Guys, when we were coming up with the names on Excuse My French, we were killing ourselves laughing. I was so high on the volcano, and I was just throwing out names. So we were like, Lydia, who never speaks because she's very quiet, she was I speak no English, and she changed her name to that, and she was the first to comment the first time it came on, and I laughed so hard because I didn't think she'd change her name.
Yeah.
That actually would have been really funny on your guys' end, knowing that, you have these secret identities, but you're all commenting back and forth.
Yeah,
it would have been funny.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I actually love it because I think I think it's awesome because I think the engagement of it all is hilarious. The fact that like we have such a regular group of people that are so rad that they're like, let's just fucking create altered personalities, like separate personalities, and just go at it. I fucking find it great.
Well, I love that our show is so boring that they feel like they have to just totally divest their energy to something else.
We want to just.
We got to liven this shit up a little bit.
Have some fun.
Oh, jeez.
And we were like, listen, what other show would say that their fans got them a bbelt and those little toys?
I know.
And
that's why I like it.
Changed their names to see. It was fun shit. And like everybody, had it was so funny. Everyone just picked a cool little name, and Javi kept saying, my boyfriend, says I should listen to the show. Like, so on Strange Sauna, we're like, my boyfriend said I should listen to the show, and I kept saying, this Greg guy is really good. I like him, as Bless This Mess, and it was fun shit. It was fun. Awesome. Anyways, I'll let someone else call in.
All right.
I'll let someone else call in.
All right, man. Well, hey,
And,
you sound happy. We're happy for you, man. And keep riding it, man. It's going to be worth it at the end.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
All right, man.
Yeah, it'll be good. Good stuff.
All right.
Thanks,
Take
guys.
care.
All right, Flex.
Later,
We'll talk
dude.
to you later,
Bye-bye.
buddy.
Oh, that's great, man.
That's good
It
stuff.
would have been concerning if if their own account, like if they just started arguing with each other, but it's their account. Like,
Or they're
just arguing in their own head, but they're
Yeah.
using two separate accounts to do it.
Yeah, like they're
or they
arguing
forget
with
to
themselves.
switch one of their accounts back. Like, shut
Yeah.
up, Banison. No, you
Yeah.
shut up. Oh, wait.
Yeah, Flex
Shit,
is like,
I
this
messed
guy's
that
a
up.
real asshole, and then he's like, you're an asshole. It's the same. It's a Flex doing both. He's like getting mad at himself and ultra possessive. Yeah, man.
Dude,
Oh,
have
this
you
is
guys seen
whiskey.
this?
We got
Oh, we're
whiskey.
getting a call?
Yeah, whiskey.
Hello.
Absolutely.
Whiskey.
You knew I was going to call out after that bullshit.
Yeah, he's throwing you under the bus, man. He said
They
you.
threw me under the bus. No, for good reason, because like, my issue is, and I'm going to take the blame for it because I called all of them out on the show, and then I was like, oh fuck, I shouldn't do that. Oh shit, what just happened? So I was like, this is Flex, this is Banyan. Oh my god, I am like Detective Mr.
Jeez,
Magoo
man.
over here.
Snitches get stitches, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You over here narking out, you freaking agent. Oh,
Exactly.
I
And so then I was like, fuck, I should not have done that.
didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. Yeah.
Anyway, it was funny because it started on a strange sauna, and I was like, yeah, I was just calling everybody out, and I think it was Miss Cupcake goes, have you been on the Telegram lately? I was like, yeah, I was just there, and then I went, oh shit, wow, okay, never mind. So anyway, apologize to all the OGs. I'm sorry. I pay my penance.
They're never gonna they're never trust you again, man. They're like whiskey guy.
Well,
No,
no
it's
one
fine.
noticed.
I
I mean,
didn't-
no
I
one
didn't
picked up
notice.
on
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah.
Well, and the funny thing was, Greg, like you were on that strange sauna, like you were typing in the strange sauna, and I was literally retracting my comments as they were coming through, and then I saw you post, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm done. I ruined everything." But luckily, hopefully, it didn't happen. But anyway, so a long story short, I had something I wanted to talk to y'all about, and
Okay.
I don't know if this is a thing, and if y'all even have time. How do y'all feel? And this is not about anything. How do you feel about this insurgence here recently? And I would say within the last year or so. And I'm not talking about you, Greg, with Strange Sauna, because I feel like that's been a while back and you're just releasing that stuff. But like all of these new conspiracies and stuff that are coming out, I feel like personally, they're mainstreaming conspiracy to be normality, and they're turning it around to where it's like, this is the new thing. Everybody needs to hate the government. Everybody needs to hate the president. Everybody needs to, not trust this person. Everybody, to put us all against each other, to not vote, to not do our thing. Now, I've been against the whole two-party system for a long time. But at the same time, like we talked about before, if you don't vote, your vote counts. It does count. I mean, as much as they want it to count or not, but it does count. And that's about the only thing we can do is cast our vote, right?
Yeah.
But like they want us to not do that so they can come in with a police state and say, well, y'all didn't vote. Here's your president.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's, the Biden alien sitting there, in his thing going, feed me, or whatever.
Mhm.
So
But
whiskey. All right, let me get this straight. You are saying that you think that they're flipping not conservatism, conspiracies. They're trying to make it more mainstream so that people get more confused and maybe are more untrustworthy of the government because they think these things are real.
not just the government, not just
Just
the government,
people.
everything.
Against everything.
Like so pitting people, because it used to be the conspiracy guys back in 2001 when 9/11 first happened, and I was spitting all this shit, and everybody was like, "You're fucking stupid," and I had to shut up because everybody was like, "You're going to get kicked out of town for saying shit like this."
Mhm.
When that was happening, nobody was talking about it. It was in small little groups, and of course the internet wasn't blown up like it is now. But now it's like everybody's talking about it. Literally everyone. Russell Brand.
like, do you have an
all these
example of like one conspiracy that everybody's talking about? Like the Maui? Is that a popular one?
Maui's a perfect example.
Aliens?
Personal opinion, obviously it was something. I don't know if it was direct energy, if it was a forced fire. I mean, we just had a fire literally across the street from our house from a lightning strike.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it burned 300 acres of ground in about 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
wow.
So it can happen.
Yeah.
It can happen.
So
But-
I will tell you kind of what I'm thinking here. Okay.
Go ahead.
Too hot to handle, Randall. You're coming in spitting
Oh,
fire. All right. So here's what I think is happening is for years, for the last couple of years, we've noticed this trend of conspiracy theorists coming true, right? These conspiracy theories are coming true. And so
Right.
the more people are noticing that, the more light is shed on that. Like, hey, this used to be a conspiracy theory. Now it's a fact. All right. And
Right.
so that has become kind of a trend. Now, I think that to dissolve that trend, I think you're right. You're going to have this influx of a bunch of garbage that will muddy the waters, and it will get people thinking, okay, well, if all conspiracies are true, then these ones must be true, which will
Absolutely.
throw people down the incorrect path. And then that will give fodder for mainstream media saying, hey, look what you fell into. We're here to get your back again. You fell down that rabbit hole because you thought that all of these conspiracy theories were true. And obviously none of them were. You know what I mean? So it's a way to dilute it, confuse people. Yeah, you're right. But it's an ultimate way that in the end, they can regain your trust and control because they know eventually you're going to go down the wrong hole.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Chris?
Absolutely.
I don't. I'm gonna kind of bank off that a little bit. I disagree with half of it. I think I don't think it's a purposeful dilution. I think that yes, there have been things that came true, and there have been situations that have come to light that make people start questioning things more than they have been. Like in maybe 10 years ago, they wouldn't have questioned things as much as they question things now. And I think that leads to people question certain situations or look at things differently. But then also, because this is the age of social media, people know, okay, now people are questioning things more. We're just going to put out shit that we know is going to get clicks.
That's part of it too. But
I think that's a lot of it. I don't think it has anything to do with them or with the bad guys or whatever trying to muddy the waters and make people out to be liars. I think it's a lot of it is there are some stuff that is legitimate but there's a lot of shit that people just put out there because they know conspiracy gets clicks right now.
Well, and that's what happened with the whole Q stuff is that it started out with this thing that was on a board. You had the physical message there, but then people extrapolated from those messages and threw a bunch of shit in there that had nothing to do with what was said on the boards, right? And then what the mainstream media did is they go, oh, well, look what this whole QAnon thing is all about. And meanwhile, it had nothing to do with that whole movement or anybody kind of pushing that. And so it all got jumbled together. So eventually, the truth, like the conspiracy truth or the conspiracy theories that become truths, will get jumbled into
the
conspiracies that are garbage.
Conspiracy bullshit.
It's just going to happen.
Yeah, I got two things on this, man. I first of all, I'm going to kind of compare it to some other stuff I've said before, but I think part of it is that some of these things are happening. People are opening their eyes, and so it's kind of like the alien thing. When I was talking about, we've asked all these years for the government to be honest and to tell us the truth about whether there's aliens or not. Now that they do, everybody's like, oh, this is a huge cover up. This is blah 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 blah, and that's fine. You having your own opinion about that, but it's the same with me on this one. I feel like things are happening. People are seeing stuff happen, and some like JFK, the government killed him, came out. No one really said anything about it. I think this is happening and people are seeing it. So it is more accepted because people are noticing that a lot of these are coming true. With that being said, I do think it's deceiving when people say like all these conspiracies are coming true. It's like quite a few are, but there's thousands upon thousands of crazy conspiracies. I mean, absolutely. Like in my head, I'm like, these people are nuts, bro. Like this is weird, And so I'm not on the train that like all these conspiracies are coming true. The big ones, JFK. We could talk about aliens in a couple months. I don't think
that a lot of them I think there's new conspiracies now being made every day.
No, I know that, but I'm saying when people say like because conspiracies are coming true, it's like some of them are, but those are ones that I think most people could recognize are fishy were in the first place. Like, but flat Earth, like I'm sorry, man, but that's going to take a long time. Like, there's no proof that's.
I think there's a lot of reason to start looking into things because a lot of things haven't made sense over the last couple of years, right? Like when COVID came out, that was like a big reason for everybody to like look for an answer.
And that might be the gate, right? That might have been what changed everything, Greg, is conspiracy because everybody was talking about it. And all of a sudden the government has to slowly admit that they were wrong. And, hey, don't hold it to us, right? So that opens the door up. And then the JFK thing is a big one, right? The alien exposure stuff that's happening, whether it's true or not, that is getting talked about. And people are like, wow, we're talking about 70 years here of aliens. And now so there's things that are popping up that I think are changing people's minds. Mm-hmm. But I'm also like, as a person who's I'm interested in conspiracies, but I don't believe most of them. I shouldn't say most of them. A few of them I don't believe for sure. I just think that there's a lot of garbage out there, and people are, like you said, Greg, are getting sucked into bullshit ones.
Yeah.
And all the while, the important ones that we really need to find out about are either coming true, and it's just getting pushed in the wayside. Like it's in news for a day and it's gone, and no one really even knows that JFK was assassinated by our own government, and it just happened, and it's over with, and you don't hear anything else about it. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it's a big plan. Per se, I think people are just opening their eyes that some of these big conspiracies are, in fact, there's truth to it, and I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's kind of the carrot in front of you, right? Like this one. Yeah. Oh shit, that's actually real. So now they're like, what else is real?
Yeah.
But the getting clicks, though, you have to look at that as the algorithm is feeding that for a reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they're getting clicks for a reason because the company wants them to get clicks. Right? If they want to shadow ban you and they don't want that information out there, they wouldn't let that shit, spread around.
That's kind of where I was going as well. Like they're letting it out there. Like there's so many people that have been shadow banned and like kicked off of Twitter and YouTube and all these things. And then other people are just, oh, it's fine. Go ahead, do your thing. And so it's like, and that's fine. And I know there's always going to be people that slip through the cracks and stuff like that. And then there's going to be the ones that are actual controlled opposition coming in and saying their piece and saying, yeah, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Listen to me. I get all that. And I guess I say all that to say, not all conspiracies are true.
Yeah.
But is everything probably a conspiracy? Probably. There's probably some conspiracy behind everything.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you on that, man, for sure.
But at the same time, do those conspiracy matter to me in my life right now? If they affect me physically, like the whole Pizzagate stuff, that could affect me because if somebody tries to take my kid, it's a big deal, right? Yeah. If somebody tries to abduct or molest my kid, that's a huge deal. But at the same time, is that going to happen? The chances of it happening is pretty slim, but at the same time, it could.
It could.
So I would say on saying all that, and I'll end it on this, I'm sorry, get right with your maker, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Find God, find whoever, Allah, whoever it is that you need to find them and be like, hey, bud, I screwed up. Let's start a new path, and you'll find more conspiracy and stuff like that in the Bible than you're going to find in real life.
That's true.
So, and it's super interesting, getting into all that stuff. But I'll leave it at that, and just love one another, man. And that's what all this about just being peaceful, living your life, having a good brew with somebody every once in a while, and just hanging out. And that's why I love you guys' show, is because you guys are about that. Like, you can talk about all the bullshit going on, but then you bring it back to, like, you're three dudes, you know? Like, there's not much we can do about it, but at the same time, like, we still love each other, and it is what it is. And if we're going to go down, we're going to go down together, you know? And I love that about y'all.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, dude. I think that's, and it is good, man. Like, finding whoever you believe in and having that is good. But I will say this before I let you go. I do think that, like, these conspiracies that we've talked about coming true and people recognizing them is what's going to make us love one another more, because until it gets exposed for what it is, and we can actually look at each other and say, listen, you fucked up by taking that shit. And I was right. We'll start with that, because I want to be right, But at the same time, I still love you. And now that you recognize it, nothing we can do about it going forward, but at least you see the light, and we can get on. And hopefully the next time people aren't pointing fingers at each other saying, you're the fucking devil for not getting this shot.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they're pointing it at the government.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that all this stuff, and even JFK, like everything, when it comes to fruition and it comes out, then people can take a breath and be like, man, I fucked up. You know, like I was rude and I shouldn't have been, and they were right and I was wrong. And maybe we can have some dialogue the next time that something crazy goes down. So I think it's part of the process. I really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey,
right on, whiskey.
What'd you call him? What's your nickname, Greg, for him?
Too hot to handle, Randall.
Too hot to handle. I was thinking Panhandle Randall. You know what I'm saying? Because you have that
that assumes
gold
he's a
miner
hobo,
vibe.
though.
No, the gold miner vibes. You know, the Panhandle. Well, that's that. I don't really know.
Okay.
All right.
I don't live in the Panhandle, but okay.
Hey, just listen.
Yeah, but there's
Be the
the
character.
panhandle and then there's panhandling.
True.
If
That.
you're a
Okay.
hobo, and you're not a hobo.
Panhandling. Oh yeah, that's.
I'm slanging shit, but it's not gold, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, we
Big
appreciate
Dick
it.
Randall.
Oh,
All right. Talk to you
All
later.
right, Randall. Have a good night.
Fucking Big Dick Randall, dude.
Dude, have you guys been seeing any of these Lauren Boebert clips? She's
Yeah.
getting her breasts fondled.
What?
Are you talking about the theater?
Yeah, she got
No.
caught vaping for one.
Yeah, she
She got
Vaping?
kicked out.
She got kicked.
Yeah, and then the date that she was with started like grabbing her boobs and stuff, and then she
Yeah.
put her hands like over in his
Yeah.
crotch area. So
Well, she was singing out loud. It was at a theater, like a show. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
like go
she,
to Twitter real quick.
yeah, she
Chris.
was singing out loud. She was vaping. She was being loud and whatever, and booby touching, dicky touching. You know what I'm saying? And I chalk it up to she had a great night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
she's
Or
getting herself.
Did you bookmark stuff or what?
I just bookmarked the black and white video that was
Yeah.
playing.
Oh.
yeah, dude, listen. I mean, she doesn't mind, and I'll say that they're both adults. I'm guessing. Well, listen, I don't want to say that because I'm not speaking to her, but she seems fine with him groping a little boob there. So
I think she moves his hand further on.
Oh yeah, she did. And
She's like, yeah, go ahead. And he's like digging inside. He's like,
Oh, I did see the video.
oh,
of
there's
her-
there's the hand
yeah.
in the.
So she, but watch, she double grips. Look.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, she went for the ball. She has.
Yeah, she's got a handful.
one
of balls
hand
right
of
there.
neck, one hand of balls. You know what I'm saying? And
I
that's a
getcha.
great move. It's the double jab.
It's a great move.
It's a really great move. It works most times.
I
Yeah.
don't see anything wrong with this.
I don't either. Listen, if you get kicked out, that's part of the fun. Listen, why do we have to vilify this shit? You know how many people have went to a park and were like making love in the back seat, and the cops came and were like, "Get out of here! You can't have sex in the park." And you're like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
a
what
memory,
they're saying
bro. You know
is
what I mean?
that she blew her vape smoke into a pregnant woman's
Oh,
face, like
listen,
right ahead of her.
I don't.
And then when she left, she was like saying "fuck you" to the guy and flipped him off and all that stuff.
Listen, I don't condone that. I don't condone blowing smoke. I think it's rude.
Did
That's
they
rude.
have proof that there was a pregnant woman in front of her?
I don't know. Here, I'll bookmark this one.
Why does
here.
it
You can
matter?
see her.
I know, but how did they just throw that out there?
Well,
Like, what if it was
Here,
just
I
a fat
bookmarked
person?
another one.
if it's true?
It looks like
be
a
it.
fucking grandma's in front of her.
If it's true, so be it.
There's a little kid behind her. I don't know. Who cares?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. What's going on?
Hello.
What's going on with you?
Who are we speaking with?
This is Mike Laney.
Oh, Mike. Mullaney.
What's up, dude?
Man, it sounds like
Good
you're
old
driving
Mike.
on the road right now.
You sound high.
I just picked up some party favors and I'm driving home.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Sounds like a great time. Okay. I was gonna say,
The way you answered, just like, hello.
yeah. Not all I hear is the wind.
Hello?
Well, I got the hello. too.
Mike, you sounded
I got
like
weird
we called
too,
you.
so I was like, oh,
Yeah, that is true, Greg. It sounds like
You're like,
we told
did
you.
sound like that.
Who's this?
Like he picked up the phone and we were calling. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
how
So,
you guys doing?
I'm
Oh,
doing
We've
great,
been
man.
awesome, dude.
How are you doing?
Oh, good. Taking some time off of on the family in the shop,
Okay.
and yeah,
Nice, man.
really keeping it simple.
That sounds
Trying
good.
not to be so stressed out in life, and I go to therapy now, so
Wow.
kind of
Okay.
helping.
Is that is that why you got the party favors? Are you gonna have an easy night, a little laid back night, kind of release the stress?
I don't drink, nor can I drink by myself.
Okay.
I mean, I drink socially, but I can't drink a beer by myself. I feel like just alone, and it gets me even
Yeah.
more of my loneliness thoughts. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
so, but that's why I just burn,
I get you.
and then I just relate to Flex.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. I can't burn. I can't smoke weed at all. It
No,
does not agree with me.
He gets fucking weird. Like, it's
Yeah, he turned green
Like,
or like
no
white.
matter what I do, like it just makes me sick.
Yeah, if there's an alien sighting in the Conroe area, it's Chris because he smoked weed. He turns gray, pale, his eyes bulge out of his head a little bit, and he's just a creature at that point. So you just got to puke, and then hopefully you get over it. You know?
Yeah.
You just don't handle the weed well, man.
I just don't.
No,
I can't do it. I'm a pussy.
Yeah, I feel like that when I get too drunk. I start saying shit I definitely should not say.
Yeah.
I got no filter at all when I'm drunk. And then if somebody gets me in a hothead mode, then I'm that fucking guy. I'm not normally ever that guy.
Okay.
I know some people like that.
I just avoid that shit.
It's good though that you recognize it. I got to be honest with
That's
you, because
true.
a lot of we
That's the first
especially
thing.
yeah, me and Greg had a good friend, no names, but we had a good friend that didn't recognize when he was over the top. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to be around when somebody doesn't realize that they can get to that stage. Because then they think they're like bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? And they're like,
well, and not even realize that they can get to that stage. Just realize that they're already at that stage.
Well, I mean, you recognize that, like, hey, if I drink too much, I get this way. And some people just go, dude, I'm cool as fuck when I drink. And it's like, bro, you're not. Actually, you are a fucking 2-year-old when you drink. You know what I'm saying? Shitting on yourself, puking. You know, it's crazy.
See, I could say that, like, there's times, like, I have my moments that I, like, smoke more than Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa put together.
Oh, damn, that's fighting words, bro.
Okay.
There's no reason why I'm doing this right now, but it was, like, easing my mind at that current moment. Because my
hey, Mike,
brain
have you
goes
ever hotboxed your car?
Not as much now because I got baby seats in the back,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't want to truck this thing too bad.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's definitely like a
do it
thing
all
that you
the
do
time
as a
now.
teenager with like your first car.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit
It's
about.
like, sorry, honey, the car smells like a skunk right now. I apologize, you know?
Well, I mean, you buy it smelling like a skunk. My
True that.
Chevy Cavalier smelled like shit, and I'm like, fuck, let's smoke in it.
This hot box previously, obviously.
Hell yeah.
When I go to Illinois and like I'm just sitting at a hotel waiting for the next day, I'll go in the truck and just not be able to see my passenger seat and just be retarded for a little bit. And
It's not a
even though
bad
it's
thing.
legal in Illinois now, I can technically go outside and just smoke, but
Ooh.
I don't know.
It's not a bad
Comforting.
thing, man. I'm not like, I don't smoke weed very much at all, actually. I haven't for a long time, but I will say that even though I never was a huge weed smoker, like, boy, when you feel it and you're like, man, I really need this right now, it is amazing to like just fucking get out of yourself for a little bit and chill the fuck out, dude. It's an awesome feeling, man.
That's how I'm going to be in about 10 minutes because I haven't smoked all
Oh
day
yeah,
today.
baby.
Dude, he's going like 100 miles per hour to get home. Like, I need this shit now.
No, he's slowing down.
going 60
You always
to
slow down
45.
when you're on that good old Jane.
I know where the cops sit on this road, so I got 2 more spots where a cop could sit at, and we'll be good.
Okay.
Smooth sailing on the way home.
That's good, man. That's good.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, dude. At least it's not something that's going to cause like huge problems within your life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the old lady definitely don't like it. I mean, but I'm like, hey, like, but then there's times that like I'll go like 3-4 days without smoking, and then like I'm up to my neck with whatever's going on in life, and then one little thing can push me over the edge, and I don't yell, I'm just snappy.
Yeah.
And she's like, just go smoke, get away from here, just go smoke. I'm like, you said it, you said it,
Yeah.
you said it.
Yeah.
You told me to.
You know you know what you need, and like Chris was saying, it's not like you're fucking getting belligerently drunk in the garage, bro. You know where you're like, go smoke a little bit of weed.
I can still function, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
I smoke
exactly.
I'll smoke like obviously there's differences, a one hitter, a joint, a blunt. I'll smoke a freaking blunt to the face for no freaking reason and then go to a drag racing event. I did that real bad one time. I got all excited. There was a motorcycle drag racing event. I was racing. I smoked a joint on the way to the racetrack, and then I'm at the starting line, and I totally pretty much forgot what I had to do and just made myself look like a complete fool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I need to sober up before I jump back on the bike again.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's a bad feeling, dude. When something hits you like immediately, like all at one time. Have you ever had that?
Like, oh.
Yes, I have had that.
Yeah.
We were on friends trip.
See, like,
Oh yeah. Okay, you're
I'm
weak.
not,
So-
I can't eat edibles. I don't know how you guys are edibles, but I feel like I'm
Not good.
Yeah, Chris, not good.
Not good.
That's what fucked you up was the edibles.
last time. Was it the last time we were on friends trip
I think it was
when I turned gray in front of everybody?
No, there's the. I think there's a second friendship, maybe. Either way,
It was the one.
I
it the
was
one
never
where-
there, so I don't know.
you were never there.
It was. I've never seen Chris turn gray from
Oh.
weed.
You were at that friends trip.
you were there.
No, he didn't show up. They showed up late. Either way.
Oh,
like
you
throw
did
up?
show up.
Yeah,
the
you
next-
took
the
a
next
gummy.
day.
Yeah, you took
showed
a
up
gummy, and
So I had been drinking most of the day, and then we go into town to
the
get
morning.
more.
You were. It was early. This was fairly early.
It was early afternoon.
You've been drinking most of the morning. 6 a.m. on.
That's what you do.
All
That's
right.
what
Hey,
you
it's
do on.
friends trip.
That's what you do on vacation.
Okay.
But we go into town and we stop by the liquor store and get some stuff for drinks later that night, and then we stop and get some gummies.
Yep.
And Dave pops a gummy. Our friend Tex pops a gummy. Everyone in the car pops a gummy. And Dave's like, "Here, you want this?" And I was like, "Fuck it, why not?"
Yeah.
I've already had a couple drinks. I was feeling good, so boop, there we go. And then we get back to the house, and I take a shot, and I'm got a couple more drinks going. And then they're out back, and they're like, "Hey, come at this!" And they're out smoking.
I bought joints. I bought.
They're
some
out
joints.
smoking on the patio. So I'm like, I don't feel anything from that fucking gummy. So why not? Okay, let's do it. And then like the shot and the beer I drank and the gummy and then the hit I took all hit me at the same fucking time.
Yep.
And I went from having a like sitting there, I was like, yeah, I'm good, to
Yeah. That's not a fucking exaggeration.
I was like sunken in the chair. Gray, like I was on the verge of like death.
You were Walking Dead, and I think you even sounded like them. You were like, blah.
I got
Dang,
up
dude.
and I was sitting there for a while, and then I remember Ash coming over and like leaning down into my face and going, "Are you okay?" And I was like,
Are
Yeah.
you gonna die?
I said, "Yeah." And then I walked into the bathroom and I stayed in the bathroom for like 45 minutes.
Dry
I didn't
Yeah.
puke or anything.
Yeah,
I didn't puke.
It's
Dry
fucking
heat.
weird,
I
man.
didn't even dry heat.
Oh, I thought you
I
dry
just
heat.
I just sat there and I splashed some water on my face,
Yeah.
You're like,
and
were
then
you
I came
spinning?
out and then I was fine.
It's not your thing, dude.
Not my thing.
He got that
Not
color
your thing.
back though. Yeah, he got that color back.
Were you spinning?
Oh yeah, dude.
The
the
spins
rim-
suck.
was the rim
That sucks.
spinning?
That's the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't look good. He looked like he had just went like on a free fall from an airplane, bro. I mean, he was like staring at the ceiling, like, it was not good. We thought, well,
I thought I thought I had ruined my night,
yeah,
but
Yeah.
I rallied
Cold
back.
water.
you came back.
I rallied back.
We cracked a beer for him, and his
Yeah.
eyes lit up with joy, and he's like, "I'm back."
Well,
So,
right on, Mike.
You're
Don't
back,
don't do
you're
anything
like,
bad. Don't swerve off the road. Just
Yeah.
maintain, bro. Okay.
I'm about to turn onto my road. We're good.
All right, man. Well, hey, enjoy
All
your
right,
night, man.
dude.
Take a couple puffs for us, dude, and appreciate the call, man.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Thanks for
All right.
everything you guys do, and community that is built around you guys. It's cool having some people to talk to throughout the day.
Hell yes, man.
Absolutely.
Agree with you.
That's what we're here for, man.
So
All right, you take care, bud.
you got have yourself a good night. Talk to you later.
Later, dude.
All right.
Dude, the most wild thing ever was I took E. I was trying it, and I at the time I had moved back in with my mom, and
Yeah.
I took her car, and so I dropped her off at my grandma's house. She was gonna go hang out for the night, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to the friend's house for a little bit, and I took some E, and it takes a while to hit you, like quite a while. You don't know when it's gonna happen, but like
Mhm.
something startling you will trigger it, and you can feel it come up
Exactly,
your legs
yeah.
and shit.
Oh yeah.
And so I was just sitting there like 30, 40 minutes, nothing, dude. I was like, okay, I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. My mom calls me and she says, you need to pick me up from your grandma's. I need to go home. I'm like, I'm tired.
shit.
And I was like, I can't do that.
Dude, hey, I got to get out of here.
Oh, okay.
So I got to run.
Okay, man.
We got stuff that I have to run to.
All right,
so.
Greg. Take
Okay,
care, bud.
later, dude.
All right, bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, this is Breaking Bad.
Oh, God. You didn't have to say anything. I just knew by the tone. What's up, Breaking Bad? What's up?
Yes. So, yes, I did go a little overboard because I don't know how liberals think. Fuck, how do they? I don't even know if they do think.
Well, they do. I mean, stuff comes out of their mouth, whether it's like
They
a lot of stuff.
regurgitate what's told to them.
Yeah, true that. I mean, it takes some brain activity to open your mouth and make a cohesive sentence, I guess, right? So you're halfway there.
it?
Yeah. So what's up, dude? How you doing?
I don't know. I'm just hanging out. I was trying to catch you guys before you guys cut off the phone line.
No, we're good.
Apparently, I'm supposed to call in.
Yeah, you'll be the last one. So.
Well, hey, real quick, I'm going to finish my story, dude. So my mom called me. I'll get back to you, man. My mom called me.
Go ahead.
My mom called me, and she said, I need you to pick me up. And I said, I can't do that, like right now, because I knew that at some point this was going to hit me, dude. And so she's like, you have my car. You were going to come pick me up. So I fucking drove over, and I was 20, I think, at the time, roughly. I was younger. And I had a 24 pack of beer in the back, which I shouldn't have had. And she's anti-drinking, you know what I'm saying? So I went and picked her up. And the minute she sat in that fucking seat,
what is that back there?
Well, she did, but she didn't say it until I dropped her. But no, she sat in the seat and she looked at me, and it
hit you right then.
It hit me right then, and I started tingling, and I was just like, I gripped the steering wheel, and I was like, oh my god, like I am fucking high. And so I had to drive her all the way home, and I was fucking feeling good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved my mom at that time. I was like, you birthed me. I fucking appreciate it so much. So I dropped her off, and she got out of the car, and she got her jacket, and she looked back and saw the beer. She's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, this is a party tonight. I just fucking left, man. But I was scared. I was so scared, but so happy. Have you ever done E-Band?
Do you really want to ask that?
Well, I mean,
that's a yes.
You answered it, so thank you.
I think I was about 19 years old, I did it for a month straight.
Oh,
Jesus.
That'll fuck you up, dude. It'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I blame my very bad lack of memory on that.
Yeah, I was dating this girl at the time, and she was cool, you know, but I knew her friend group, you know, of friends. I knew a few of them, like, through passing, so I wasn't like, didn't know them. Long story short, she was really into this. And so I was never really into drugs, and it scared me. So what they did is they were doing it every night. And so I would go over there, and I would take the pill, and I would just put it in my pocket. And I'd tell them, I'd be like, I'm not doing it tonight. So I'd watch them take the stuff that I had and see how they reacted to it and how they acted. Then the next night, they would take a new pill, give me one, I'd save that one, I'd take the one from yesterday, because I knew this wasn't laced with some shit. You know, like, I felt better about that. And I did it twice, and it was one of the best things I've ever done. I got to be honest with you. It was absolutely amazing, but it scared the shit out of me, because one of the older, it was a sister to one of the girls. Like 6 months later, or a year later, she had some brain stuff going on, and they looked at her, and she had holes, man. Like, I'm talking like holes in her brain, and she is, to this day, is absolutely not there at all, like, just completely gone. And that it chews like holes in your brain, man.
Yeah, I'm probably there.
Oh, no.
There's probably a hole somewhere.
Well, you know, I mean, at least you got a good majority of it. You know, it was cool. Did you like it though? Honestly, did you like it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. At the time, yeah, I hadn't tried cocaine at that point, so
see, I didn't like.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I did not like cocaine at all. I tried it. I tried that twice, and I did not like it. It wasn't for me. I didn't get that much energy from it. And to be honest, we did it at a stripper's house, which probably was the reason that I don't like it.
Did you do it off her butt?
No, I did not.
Then you did it wrong.
Well, so we went to a strip club. Me and the guy that we were talking about earlier, me and Greg's friend, the one that's a little crazy. We went to the strip club, me and him, and there was this gal that was working for whatever reason. She wasn't like terrible looking or anything, but she was like, "You guys want to come over?" You know, and we're like, "Yeah," you know. And it was the sketchiest fucking place I've ever. It was in North Portland, and there was probably 20 fucking people in this house. Like, no street lights. We go in, and people were just like, you know, that scene when you see like that drug house, and people are just laying on the floor, on like as dark as fuck and dingy. That whole house was like that, and I'm like, there's only, I mean, there was no one that was like in a good state of mind, clearly, and they just pulled out a table, and that's where I did it, and then I had to drive back to Longview, and I was like, I was so uncomfortable that I think it just ruined it, you know. So I just was like, nah, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it for me at all.
It would have helped Chris when he passed out at Friends trip.
Well, yeah. So
I didn't
definitely
pass
would have
out.
helped Chris.
I didn't pass out.
He wasn't completely out. Yeah, he was.
Or when you had the spins, that would have fucking woken you. You'd have been zing.
Yeah, I mean, of course,
Ready
if I
to
would
ready to party,
blew a little white dust in your nose.
We're ready to party.
See, I didn't get that. I didn't get that feeling, man, at all. Like, I didn't get like jittery. I was hyper alert.
You didn't do enough.
I did quite a bit, bro. I mean, I felt like I did quite a. But even with like E, did you get that horny stage, or did you have that?
I have at points, yeah.
Okay, see, I never got that either.
There were certain depending on the pill. It was just dependent on the pill.
Okay. See, I don't know much
but
about it.
E is a roller coaster. E was a roller coaster. You'd be high as shit 1 minute, and then 10 minutes later you're sober again.
See, and then
you
don't remember
back up. Yeah, it had its peaks and its valleys.
Yeah, see, I don't remember really like peaks and valleys per se, but I never felt like I wanted to fuck. You know what I'm saying? I just remember being like,
but there'd be a moment where you're sitting there and your jaw is clenched as tight as you can.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're just looking around like, oh my fucking God.
I have never said more sentences with my mouth shut in my entire life, dude. I didn't open my mouth. I just spoke with my mouth shut. And like my buddy's girlfriend, who I one of the people that I knew previously for a while, I was like attached to her shit, not her, but her stuff, like her sweatshirt, because it was at her house, and so I was just like, it smells like you, and I fucking love this thing, and I was just holding her shit. It was weird. I mean, it's just a weird thing because like you get like you want to tell everybody how much they mean to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't even know half these people. I'm like, I don't know you, but I fucking love you, man, and you are such a great person, and God loves you. And it was just it was a fucking bizarre thing, but I was so happy. But I knew that it was such a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's a dangerous drug to me.
Yeah, you probably never experienced carpet angels.
Is that something that Hunter Biden does, or what's that?
No, it's like snow angels, but when you're peaking, you're laying on the ground doing it on the carpet.
No, it's kind of like from Get Him to the Greek. If what does he take, and then he like rubs the furry wall.
He might have been on E. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that.
I forget.
We were outside for the most part.
Seen it.
Yeah, we were mostly outside, and then so nature and stuff, and it's beautiful though.
No, shrooms is for nature.
Done anything like
Ecstasy's for house parties.
What's that? It was a house party.
Shrooms are for nature.
I know, but listen, they had a really nice house, and it was this big ass house. And my mom's calling me. She would love this conversation. They had this really nice house, and
her ears are burning.
Yeah, I'm like, speak of the devil. I was just talking about you. They had this huge porch, and it had this like huge like walkway that went down into the woods. But it was this huge. There was probably 30 people there, so it was like a house party. But we were mostly on the porch, like and kind of going in and out. And it was nice, man. Like the stars seemed like vibrant, like shit seemed alive. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like, damn. And when I remember, and you know how this goes, the next morning sucks, bro. That the whole E-tard thing is a legit situation.
Yeah.
Like, you are not there in the morning. You feel slow and stupid. But I just remember thinking, like, I like that way too much. Like, I could see why people are addicted, because it was unlike weed or anything else, man. It was an absolute, like, whoa, like I just absolute love for everything. It was the weirdest shit, dude. And I'm sure if I did have sex on it.
I was working night shift at a pizza place at that point, so the mornings weren't that bad. I could recover by 2 o'clock when my shift started.
God, how good was pizza on E?
Not that good.
Oh,
maybe
really?
it was just we ate that pizza all the fucking time.
Okay, I was gonna say there's no
because
way.
everybody that was coming over, everybody that was partying over there worked at the pizza place. My apartment was the closest place to it. I was a block away, so we'd all just go over to my place and party every night.
I feel like if I had pizza, I would fucking American Pie that shit on E. Like, I would have loved it that much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I could have fucked it.
I could have. You'd have taken it behind the dumpster, would you?
Yeah, not behind, in between. You know what I'm saying? You know the story. Come on now. No, dude, yeah, that's a stupid story. But you know what? I think it's important, like we were talking with like Mike, it's important that like you try certain things. And if it doesn't, like for your case, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, man. Yeah. Even our buddy Al, like, he can't smoke weed really. Like he
gets way
paranoid.
Too much in his head.
Yeah, paranoid almost. And so, but like, I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad that I'm like able to not continue it. Like, I knew like this is too good. I got to stop this shit. But I think it's important for me to have tried it, because then I understand it, and if I'm going to have kids, which I do now, didn't then, I know that like, hey, at some point, this probably is going to come up at some point, especially if I have a dude, they're going to be curious. And at least I can say, I did it, and this is what you shouldn't do, or why you shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's good time.
Yeah. It's good to be able to share. I mean, you got to wait until they hit a certain age, but then you can share these stories with your kids after a certain age.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go tell my 9-year-old daughter about this.
No. I honestly am not going to say anything about it, but I'm just saying, like, I have girls, so I probably a little bit different, but like, I'm sure in high school or out of high school going to college, like there's going to be times where things are going to come up and they're going to, want to try something
or just conversations
or they're curious about
Yeah.
it. And, I can say like, you know what, he doesn't. I've done that. And this is what I think, is bad about it. And this is, what you need to be careful of. At least give that information. But I hope they don't touch any of that, to be honest with you, I guess. They're my girls.
Wait, Dave, after everything you know right now, you're actually going to send your daughters to college?
Oh, no. I might actually, no, I kind of just said that in a typical human way of like, this is the progression of quote unquote life.
Okay.
Yeah.
My daughters, listen, they're too young to make a decision, but my oldest daughter, the thought of going to more school, she's like, fuck that. Like, so I don't know that either seem like the kind of kids that like care about, like they seem like more like trade school shit. You know what I mean? Or like do it themselves kind of kids.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I got fucking 7 years until my oldest is at that point. So
yeah, exactly.
But she just likes doing shit on her own. She doesn't like bosses. She wants to do stuff on her time. I think she'll probably be a business owner.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, man. And my middle child, she's a hippie. You know what I'm saying? And I just think will just be living in the woods or something. Like she'll be living in a van down by the river. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what Van's gonna end up being like yet. He's just fucking crazy all the time.
He could hit at that point where
they're going to be YouTube streamers.
I hope not. That's rough. That's a rough life.
Not that it's a rough life, but like, I mean, if he does, I don't care.
No, I'll support it and I'll help him.
I know Van's too young. He hasn't like gotten into anything yet. He doesn't have anything that like really excites him other than Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
or like superheroes or something.
Yeah.
So he's got a few years until he figures out things that he likes.
Van's going to be a superhero when he grows up.
Yeah, shit. He might try. I mean, definitely. Yeah. I wouldn't see him not trying, but I mean, at a certain age, it's like impossible to know. But I think, I think when you get in like the 10, 11, 12-year-old range, you can start picking up interests that are like, oh, you have an interest in this. Like, okay.
Or you already have like a natural skill in this.
Yeah. I think,
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, honestly.
No?
What do you mean?
Because going into high school, my whole plan was I was going to be a computer programmer.
Really?
And then I got introduced to Auto Shop and was like, nope, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
Interesting.
Yeah, but nowadays you kind of have to be a computer programmer to work on cars.
Well, you have to be able to use the software, but I'm not typing up code or anything like that.
No.
I'm clicking module programming, as built data program.
Maybe clarify this a little bit for you. Like, I don't really think that at 10 or 11 you can know somebody's career path per se. But like, for me, like with cars, for example, or like the hot rod scene, or even like music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a very like early inkling for all that stuff. I was highly interested in it at a young age. And even though it's not my job, I still to this day enjoy doing that. And so like my oldest daughter is very much into like singing and interested in instruments. And she's also very artistic in general. Like she likes the idea of acting, which is the scariest thing because Hollywood's crazy, but she's very artsy and very like creative and kind of on her own like thing. And so whatever that job will be, I don't know, but I know that she's probably, I hope she's into something that she can create something that is hers, because that seems to be like what her soul is telling her to do. You know what I mean? Like she loves that shit.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? Maybe she'll work at a fucking, I don't know, dude. Maybe she'll just be a fucking insurance realtor.
Denny's waitress.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like it's tough, man. I'm not, this is fun, but I'm not doing what I thought I was going to do in high school.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I'm obviously going to introduce him to things that I already like, like for Van and Drew. I'm going to introduce them to things that I think they may like because I like them.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm not going to try to sway them in either way of what they want. I mean, they're going to figure things out along the way, and I may offer them advice or offer them, insight into certain things, but it's their fucking life. And they can choose what they want to do.
Dangling that carrot, it's like, hey, it's kind of like going to the concerts with my daughter. It's like she's interested, so I'm taking her. And whether she grabs all of it or doesn't, even the podcast.
Yeah.
Even the podcast. Like,
yeah, you're going to jump onto whatever strings you, especially as they get older, whatever bonds you can form with your kids.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You keep them. That's why I take my son to see every Marvel movie, because he wants to see them. And
yeah.
Okay, that's what we share.
But I'm saying that, like, when we were doing the podcast at my house, like, she was like the idea that we were doing.
She was super into it.
And so I would come in and record, and I have them up on my YouTube. I would come in and just record the girls having a quote unquote podcast for 10 minutes. And it was goofy and it was funny and it was great memories. But they just wanted to be in the mic and they wanted to talk like dad talked, you know?
Yeah.
And so whether they are into podcasts down the road, it's just the fact that, like, they tried it and maybe that's an interest to them, you know? Yeah. So anyways, well, Danielson, we're going to let you go. You've been on for 15 fucking minutes, dude.
Oh, I got 15 minutes? Sweet.
16.
Now 16 minutes.
16. We're cutting you off now. 16 minutes is way
well,
too
I'm
long.
going to push it. Wait.
Hey, Breaking Bad, you're done.
No, go ahead. Cut me off.
All right. Have a good night, bud.
Hi, guys.
Good night, guys.
Night, Nicole.
Bye.
Night, Nicole. Have a good one. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a fair 16 minutes for him because I chatted for a good 5, 10. Dude, that's fine. Listen, hey, man, we all do things, and I think it's cool. I think it's part of life to, like, try things and experiment with things and to try to, you know, be an open mind about certain things.
Yeah.
And then you have some knowledge, man, at the end of it and say that was stupid or it wasn't. And hopefully, like, just what we were talking about earlier with Whiskey's thing, man, like, hopefully that's what we're all dealing with right now is a bunch of people making big mistakes or not and learning from it. And hopefully it doesn't transpire to more mistakes. Because Hocho came out and said that they got the new backs.
Yeah, the other ones aren't going to matter.
It does. Hey,
you just have to get this one.
What'd she say? I appreciate you getting them, but it doesn't matter at this point. Okay, now she's saying they need to be with 6 months old and up.
Yep.
Like, that's the thing, is that this kind of stuff is not going to stop. So to your point, I know, like, you're very hopeful, and I'm not as hopeful, and I hope to get to that point. But I hope that people can see past this bullshit, and I know a lot of people will. I know a lot of fucking people will. But
it doesn't have to be everyone.
It doesn't have to be everyone. I really hope that some people that made mistakes learn from those mistakes and they just say, you know what, this is crazy. This is crazy.
I think the majority of people are going to be that way.
Yeah, I'm not that hopeful, but I do swear to God, I do love that you are hopeful. Because I feel like I would have been, but it's been a crazy couple of years, man. And I just am struggling with how stupid people are and how stupid they've been, you know?
Well, I just seen, we'll end it here or not. I just seen some statistics earlier that is like 62% of the country. Well, how they do polls or whatever, but they estimate that 62% of the country is now in agreement that things are not the way they should be, and Biden is doing illegal shit.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably true. But I'll say this. Let's see. I'm fingers crossed that it is nowhere near what we dealt with before, but it's going to take one person in government, one fucking Fauci-esque person to say, you know, this is a bad thing and this is going to be really bad. And to go back to where the jobs then require this kind of shit again. And you can say all you want that I would never do it. And I wouldn't, but there's a lot of people, and we know this, that like when their job comes out and says, hey, you know, this is bad, you got to get this. Like, that's what happened last time. People got sucked in because they can't afford to lose their job. And so I'm just hoping to God that it does not get to that point where people are forced to make those heinous decisions. Because I think a lot of people would be doing it even with more guilt now, because they know, like, I have to do this and I know what this is going to do. And that's scary for people. So I didn't mean to bring it on a fucking downer. God damn. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, hey, man, I think Whiskey was right. I think all of you that called, we love you all, but, like, love each other, like, just spend time with each other and realize that, you know, you're not as crazy as the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
right.
the rest of the world is fucking nuts, bro.
All right. Cheers, guys. Good
Cheers,
show.
you guys.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for all the support.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for rigging our comment section. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Tricking us into thinking
making us
we
think
have
that we're
more.
cooler than we are. We really fucking appreciate you guys. But on behalf of us and Greg, who's not here right now, we fucking love you guys, and we will see you on Monday.